Hey everybody, Scale DM Cobb 37 here with an after episode 50 of this current storyline update. So, some of you may have seen that the title of the episode was It's the Cobb. Well, it would not have been that, except that the Cobb is actually, besides being my nickname and several other dictionary definitions, a friend at work was scrolling through a site which you can download free 3D printer files, and he saw the Cobb file. So it looks like a corn cob with a skull face at the bottom of it. And he printed it out and brought it to work. And he said, "I thought of you. I had to make it." So my mind immediately went to work on how I could use this thing that none of the players had ever even heard of, I assume, and turn it into a creature or some type of encounter. So I went back to what I used to do a long time ago, which was write out details when you're spitballing. When I'm spitballing, just throwing stuff at the wall, and then I also looked at how similar. Like I was going for certain abilities or powers, and I looked up similar things in the monster manual, similar powers or abilities by other creatures, and so I based the cob, the evil cob in the evil corn maze, on that, and I think it worked quite well. Also, during the session, um, I, I thought it was neat that the players always attempt to go in a way different than what you think they will go. Oh, 9 times out of 10. So um, they started using their abilities and spells to try to get through the maze easily or more simply or whatever. And a couple of them cast the same spell but at different times. That was fun, and they got a brief glimpse of this creature. And so I had taken a picture of it previously. Those of you that have seen episode 50 or seen the thumbnail, that's the picture I sent to them. And without giving too much away, um, they seem to enjoy the homebrew monster. Um, at least the look of it. It was a rush job on the paint, but I was going for sort of a decayed or, like since I work in produce in real life, occasionally I will see. And corn, when it gets old, it doesn't turn brown, it'll like dry out. And so the corn kernels will kind of deflate and they look like dimples. That I didn't know how to get that effect, so I went with more of like a decaying uh, um, darkness or uh, something that had lost its, like not gangrene, but how something will lose its like blood flow or something, and it starts to turn color. Withering maybe would be the term. Um, so like yeah, the corn cob is dying. At least that was the idea behind the wash that I gave the mini. I painted it green for the husk and yellow kernels, and then I gave it a black wash, and then I gave it a second black wash, um, and that kind of hit the yellow corn gave it a dingy, dark look. So anyway, that's the effect I was going for. And then I wrote down everything as far as its abilities, size, move, all this, as they say in or newer editions, the stat block. And I also I drew out the maze on graph paper, and so I understand that they probably think that the maze is changing, but in all actuality, the maze isn't changing at all. It's a static maze. The problem is there no one is mapping, and once you don't have the sun to go off of to try to tell yourself which way is north, south, east, or west, it's hard to tell the direction that you're going. As far as like somebody can just look and go, okay, well the sun's came from that direction, so that's east. So here, once you get in there and you start turning, I could see it being very easy to not be able to tell if you're going north or south, if that makes a difference. Now, obviously, they think it does, and I'm not saying it doesn't, but in a maze, you know that a maze goes all kinds of directions. So, anyway, I just had a lot of fun um, with the game, and um, I think I made a good decision on changing the setup of some of the cameras since I don't have any players in house. Everyone's online. I think the setup that I have now, the look of it for viewing is much better. Um, so anyway, we continue to adapt and improve and keep playing. It's a great game, and looking forward to it every Wednesday. But any comments, obviously, you know to leave them down below. Give the video a like if you really liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you loved it. Um, Other than that, thank you. Keep watching and roll them 20s.